Today we're in the garden to talk about 5 ways you can have a great colonoscopy. Yes, and there's even a 6th bonus point in here as well, so stick around to the end.
Hi, I'm Bowtie Dave.
This is the legal disclaimer right here. I am not a health professional. I am a handyman that likes to garden. I just know I need to take care of myself, and I've been doing a lot of that over the past few years. So yes, I know. The very first question someone is going to ask is, how did a video like this get on a channel that's mostly about gardening? Well, little story. I watch my demographics, and I know a lot of my viewers, larger portion of them are younger men between the ages of 18 and 45, and you're the guys I want to talk to because this is important. There's a lot of things, a lot of benefits to having that procedure done that might seem unpleasant, but I really want to encourage you, especially they're saying now at your 45 you should start this, and there's ways you can make it a much more pleasant experience. And I just wanted to show you what I went through this morning because I just got home from my colonoscopy. Now, me and my ADD brain, when I get excited about something, I need to go act on it. So here I am acting on it. You might wonder, why in the garden? And the important thing is, if you watch any of my garden videos, you'll know that I believe very strongly in raising a very natural, healthy environment. And the colonoscopy is an encouragement to that because there are things that can be taken care of early on that will allow you to live a more natural and longer life. Especially if you live in the cancer belt, but we're not going to cover that right here. If you're interested in that term, go look it up on Google. Now, I do want to just talk about what I took because there is a day of prep that goes on for this. And we're going to get to these 5 tips here in just a moment, but I tried something that I hadn't tried before. This is actually my 2nd time to have a colonoscopy. The first time wasn't great. I learned a few things from that, and I've actually given advice to others. One thing that I've done, and in fact some of you know cousin No Tie Mark, he and I are colonoscopy buddies. So I take him to his, he's taken me to mine. I guess that makes us colonoscopy buddies. Anyway. Sorry, Mark, too much information. But I tried this thing today. The doctor gave it the prescription to me. I didn't know anything about it. Plenvu. Who knows, by the time this video comes out, maybe it'll be rebranded as some other name and whatever. But I'll just show you real quick. And this is really to make it easier for you, more comfortable for you, less nerve-wracking for you. In this Plenvu box, there is an empty bottle. There is a set of instructions, and there is a package with the important stuff. Now, no matter what I tell you, if your center that is going to do your procedure tells you differently, you follow the directions of your center, okay? No questions asked. If they don't give you directions, follow the directions on the box. Now, I did have some directions, and I'll admit, I fudged it a little bit, but it worked out really good for me. You need to make your own judgment. The way this works is when you open it up, there is a packet in here with a few pouches. Now, these pouches are already open because I've gone through the process already. And we're going to get to those tips in just a second. But in here, there are 3 pouches. Wait, there's only 2 doses. Yes, there's 3 pouches for 2 doses. And it actually says right there, dose 1. That means this pouch is the first dose. This 16-ounce jar is designed for you to fill with water after you've poured the powder into it. I actually use this. If you read all the instructions that came with this and the instructions that I got from my surgery center, they all said I could use 16 to 32 ounces of water. So what I did is I poured the powder in here, and that's key, people. Pour the powder in first, open this up, pour the powder in, and then what I did is I actually put it on a scale, zeroed the scale, and I poured in 20 ounces of water, maybe it was 24 ounces of water. I kind of split the difference. And then you shake that thing up when you've got your ounces of water in there, shake it up, and you've got a drink that you need to finish in an hour. It's not hard. For me, I drink a lot of water. 20 to 24 ounces was not hard for me to drink in 10 to 20 minutes. Not at all. Then they tell you to drink another 16 to 32 ounces of water on top of that. So I did the same thing. I filled this up with 24 ounces. I know about that number because I logged. We'll get to that in a second. Anyway, 24 ounces, and over the next 10-20 minutes, I drank that. And if you notice our weather right now, it's a little cloudy out here. It's evening, yes, but we're overcast and it's raining. Things are wet. It's gonna rain. The next 7 hours, it rained, okay? Let's just put it that way. We're gonna keep this film G-rated, but it rained a lot, okay? And it's supposed to rain a lot. Now, you're raining a lot. You're losing a lot of liquids, people. And this is going to be the first tip to a really good procedure, okay? A great colonoscopy. I didn't do this the first time, and I was really not feeling great at all. It was a rough procedure. I've advised a few other people, and I've done it now a second time, and what I did this time, which I feel was so smart. Now, people, I am not a health professional. This is the legal disclaimer right here. I am not a health professional. I am a handyman that likes to garden. I just know I need to take care of myself, and I've been doing a lot of that over the past few years. I've shared a few videos on my channel about that. If you want to look at those, you're welcome to look at those. But what I did, and here's tip number one that's going to make for a great colonoscopy, is this stuff right here. Now, your instructions will say you can have clear liquids that first day, okay? You see this stuff? It's clear liquid. This is Gatorade Frost. I think it's a cherry flavor, and I liked it. Personally, I didn't find it too bad. So I got me an 8-pack of these, and you'll see some of them are missing. I ended up drinking 4 of these throughout the day, and I substituted where I would have had meals. I normally have 3 meals a day. I'm a diabetic. I have to have my meals. I normally have 3 meals a day with a snack in the afternoon. Well, that's when I had each one of my 20-ounce Gatorade Frost. Great idea. It'll keep you going the whole day. Now, I did try Sprite this time, and I did 1 glass of Sprite, and as a diabetic, it was a little bit more affected on my glucose levels, but it was okay. So, but it didn't compare to what the Gatorade did for me. So, yeah, the biggest problem on my first colonoscopy is when I got to the procedure, I was so starved the last 12 hours. I was just delirious practically, and I had a really bad time. This is clear liquids. This was specifically on my list as clear liquids that I could have the day of the rain. So my procedure was scheduled for 7:40 on a Monday morning, and I actually started my first dose of the rain at 7:40 the day before. Now, one thing that I may have messed up, they had different timings on different instructions, and I was a little unclear on when I did it, so I picked 24 hours ahead of time, and that worked very well. It gave me 7 hours of rain. Okay, let's just keep it at that. 7 hours of rain, and I settled down. I started settling down in the afternoon. It was okay. It worked for me. Okay, so we got down to the night before the procedure. The next tip, this is tip number 2. The night before the procedure, go ahead and pack in a backpack or a satchel or something. Pack a banana or some kind of your favorite fruit. I loved a banana because I love bananas. They have great potassium. It's great for your joint health. It's in muscle health, etc., etc. And a nice big thermos of water. This is going to be for your ride home after the procedure because you're going to be hungry. I guarantee it. You've gone so long without food. The only thing you've had is maybe some Gatorades, and your body has rained itself out. It really has. And so be sure to pack something, take it with you in the morning. You're going to have someone who's going to drive you. You do not want to be driving after a colonoscopy. Don't do it. Don't try it. You're going to risk your life or the lives of someone else. And so be sure and get that ride. Get yourself a partner. Have your spouse do it. Have someone help you out. Okay? Now, my name is Bowtie David. The channel is, of course, Bowtie Life, if you're here. And you're wondering why I'm dressed in my pajamas. Well, the morning of the procedure, the very early morning of the procedure, 5 to 6 hours before the procedure, you need to get up and get that dose number 2. Now, for me, my procedure was 7:40. I ended up getting up at 1 a.m. and taking my second dose. Second dose. Whoops. Same type of thing as the first. In this particular product, it is 2 pouches. Cut the corner off 2 pouches, pour them in here, put it on a scale, fill up. I did 20 ounces of water, put the lid back on, shook it up, and it took me about 15 minutes to drink the water at 1:08 in the morning. I was a little slower at that time, okay? Sorry. But you're tired, you're ready to go. One of the things that the surgery center told me to do the first time and the second time is dress in loose-fitting clothing. So, you know what I did? I put on a fresh pair of underwear after a shower. I actually took a shower. Fresh pair of underwear, pajamas, yoga pant, whatever, be comfortable. Something that slides off and on easy. It makes it so much easier. A shirt, and now, some of y'all know that I wear Timberlands all the time. If you have Timberlands all laced up, they're really hard to get off and on. The first time I did this, I had my Timberlands on. It took me forever to get my shoes on and off, and it's kind of a pain in the neck. These here, literally, just slide on my feet. These are actually my gardening shoes. These are old work Timberlands that are not really worth wearing anymore. But now they sit by the back door, and when I go out to the garden, I just slip these old shoes on, and I don't mess up my nice new shoes. Now, you're going to go through another few hours of rain. The second dose is not going to be 7 hours of rain. For me, it was about 5 hours of rain, maybe 4 hours of rain. And I actually went to sleep for 2 hours in the middle of it. But it rained, and it got a lot clearer. And it was a beautiful rain, and it felt very good. So the second rain gets better and better. It's going to rain, folks. It's going to rain. But after you've rained, and when you get your shower, be sure and on the morning of the procedure, if it's scheduled in the morning, pack yourself a thermos of hot coffee. Oh, it feels so good. If you're a coffee drinker, if you're a tea drinker, get your favorite morning drink that you like to wake up with. And we always have I have my 1 cup of coffee in the morning. It's the only coffee I generally ever have. And on the ride home, I was sipping that coffee. It was the absolute best coffee I think I ever drank. Now, I say that, we just got off a transatlantic cruise, and I had double espressos that were just to die for. That thermos of coffee was so much better. Yes, it was. So, that's tip number 3. Pack yourself a coffee. Tip number 4. And this one came from an accident on my first colonoscopy. They said don't eat for 24 hours before the procedure. So my procedure was like 9 o'clock or something. So I actually thought, oh, I can have my banana in the morning. And I had my banana at like 6 o'clock in the morning the day before. Like, what's that? 28 hours ahead of time? Nah, 27 hours ahead of time. It was way ahead. And I thought, okay, I'm good. And you know what? My doctor, bless his heart, he found something. He found a banana. Yep, I'm serious. He found banana. Of course, the procedure is they go in there. If they find anything weird like that, they have to send it off to the lab. The lab sends it back, says, oh, come on, people. It's vegetable matter. And yes, he found a piece of banana. So my next rule, my very first rule that I set for myself, and this is what I've advised several others, and the people that have followed it have not had nary a problem with anything weird found in there, and that's don't stop eating 24 hours ahead. Find a way to stop eating 36 hours ahead of your procedure, okay? It just makes it easier. All that raining that's going to happen, it just makes it better. Now, folks, none of these are product endorsements, okay? I'm not paid by anybody. I'm just giving you my experience because my channel is to help others. That's the only reason I enjoy making these videos so much, is to help others. So in review, the first one is get the Gatorade, the 8-pack of the Gatorade Frost. Note on the Gatorade Frost, nothing with dyes. That's why I didn't get the red one, the blue one, the purple one, the green one, or anything. It has to be that clear one, clear liquids. The second one, the night before the procedure, pack that banana and a full thermos of water for in the morning. On the morning of procedure, number 3, get yourself a thermos of coffee. Number 4, and this is one that's been proven for me over and over, is stop eating 36 hours ahead. Remember, you got Gatorade. It's going to work. Okay, so here's number 5. Ready? Remember to log everything for the 72 hours before the procedure that you've eaten or intaked. Okay, this is kind of a weird one, and I'll admit, this is a little bit of my obsessive compulsive behavior, but after the banana incident, I wanted to log everything because if they found something, I wanted to have a list of everything that I had eaten so that they could identify something earlier and know what it was if they found anything. Fortunately, they didn't find anything like that. So we've covered the 5 tips, and now I'm going to give you the bonus tip. I really want to make sure that you have a good experience. However, I've already mentioned we just got off a transatlantic cruise. Have you ever taken a long cruise? If you haven't, you should. They're great. We enjoyed ourselves. We had fun. If you get seasick, there's ways to take care of that. One of the members of our party was very susceptible to being seasick, and that person actually was cured by the end of a 2-week trip. So, long cruises are great. It was on Disney Cruise Line. We prefer that cruise line. We prefer some of the better ones. If you like the other kind that parties, that's going to be your business, and I can't take credit for that. So, let's get down to the bonus thing here. Why did I mention that? Because consider scheduling your colonoscopy a week or 2 after a cruise. Here's why. We've done a lot of cruising. This is cruise number 33 for us, and every time we get back, we don't feel quite all there. We don't feel quite right. In fact, this time I've been having trouble moving around. I've been feeling very exhausted, and I know the food on a cruise ship is not good for you. I don't know how many poisonous things I ate as far as not organic, as far as whatever else you want to argue about. I'm not going to discuss that here. If you comment about things like that, I'm afraid I have to delete it from this channel. But I do appreciate the sentiments, because I do have a lot of opinions in those areas that we just don't share here. But if you schedule that colonoscopy for 2 to 3 weeks after a cruise, let me tell you something. You're going to have a purge like you have never had before. Your system is going to be so holy and clean, you are going to belong in a church building all day long. It's going to be wonderful. And I tell you what, I've been having trouble. We spent a month out of the country. We were 2 weeks in London and 2 weeks on the cruise ship, and I got worse and worse and worse the whole time. Now, I'm not a young guy. I'm turning 60 years old next year, and I'm a little more tired I get a little more tired faster than I used to when I was young. But get your colonoscopy a week or 2 after a cruise, and you will be renewed. Editing Bowtie Dave here. I've tested and edited this video already, and I decided after showing it to a couple of people that I needed to go back in and add one more tip. And here's the big bonus tip, folks. Right there. After all that rain, you're going to find you have some chafing, and it can be extremely uncomfortable. This is Calendula salve. I get mine from the Stiver's Homestead, and I'm going to leave a link to their website and their YouTube channel down below in the description and the comments. But calendula is a flower, and it's been steeped in olive oil and mixed with beeswax to make this salve. It's completely natural. Now, one of the people I talked to talked about using Vaseline to ease the chafing in that rainy area. But the problem is Vaseline does not promote healing. Calendula is a phenomenal healing of the skin promoter. It causes the skin to heal. It causes the skin to feel better. And let me tell you something, a tiny bit of this stuff in the rough areas will make you feel like you've been hugged and kissed. It's just very comforting. Now, we also use this for like red spaces in our eyes, the flakiness in the eyebrows, and it's good for anything that you might use something like Neosporin for, you know, the cream that you put on before you put the Band-Aid. You can use this instead, and it actually starts the healing in a natural way, in a wonderful way, and it feels so good. So you can see here that it is a salve, and all you have to do is just rub your finger, and you can see here in this little video that there's a little bit on the finger, and that's all you need, folks. Don't go digging. In fact, if you look carefully in this tin, you can see that all the people we've ever let use this have dug in this thing. You don't dig in this thing. You just get a little bit on there and just put a little bit in the place that you need healing, and it will work immediately. Just a tiny bit. Say, moving on with the video. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you're encouraged to take care of yourself. Be sure you're healthy. Know that there are things that you can do right now to take care of yourself in the future and give you a better chance at longer life. If you would like to see more on the health stuff, feel free to search the channel. We do have more stuff coming out concerning health, and we have more stuff coming out concerning the garden, which I'll admit, this garden behind me has a lot to do with my health too. It is my saving grace because I get out here, I eat food in the garden. Now I don't only eat from the garden, but I do eat food from the garden, and there's a lot of healthy value in that, and I want to encourage you to consider that if you have an inkling to grow anything. There was a person that I met this morning that I would like to encourage that person and that person's spouse to go start soaking up the knowledge that you're so seeking. It's so important. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Click the thumbs up if you thought this was helpful. Please, this is one big thing here. Comment. Use the comment. If you have any questions or you have any experiences you wish to share, you have your own tip, please share them in the comments. Please do, because I learn so much from the people that comment on my videos. I really enjoy it. These videos are more than just creating content for me. I go back and watch these videos. I guarantee you, in just under 5 years, when I'm getting ready to schedule my own colonoscopy, again, every 5 years, you know what? I'm going to watch this video because this is my log. This video is for me to remember what I did that made my last colonoscopy so great. Hey, y'all have a blessed day.